Hey y'all, hey, and welcome to my first video in my astrology series, Why Astrology for Sovereignty. I'm Paula, author of Foundations of Spirituality, a guide for the highly energetic, vigorously animated, exuberantly bustling brain. Yes, it's pink. I love pink. That's my color. And owner and operator of ThatMamaBerryLife.com, a spiritual learning community. You can find us on Facebook and you can check us out at ThatMamaBerryLife.com. You can also learn more about me in the intro video, but to briefly sum that video up, I follow a path of independent spirituality, and my book helps those on a similar pathway learn to think critically, analyze their lived experiences, and trust themselves deeply. In my community, we share resources, inspire one another to expand and grow on our spiritual journey, trade advice, and just check in. Because while walking an independent path can be lonely and isolating, I promise you, we are never alone. So for all of you who joined me in my astrology classes late last year, I have missed your faces, but I am back. And for anyone new, welcome. Come on in. I promise we're going to have fun. Hopefully you were able to tap into my update post about why I've been gone for a while. You can find that post in our Facebook community, but I'm truly back. There's not really any need to go back unless you're just curious. Now, let's talk spiritual things. I wrote my book primarily as a way to support self-trust, and I like to say a lot that to trust yourself, you have to know yourself. And there are so many ways we can get to know ourselves on a soul level. My book does that from one perspective, and another of my favorite tools for self-discovery is astrology. Astrology is really an amazing way to dive into our souls when we use it accurately. It can truly help us learn who we are as sovereign beings because it gives us a blueprint of our lives before we're even born. But in today's climate of unquestioned, fast-moving information, it can be really hard to find a place where you learn what it is and how to use it in a simple, straightforward way. On top of it all, astrology is a broad, rich discipline. It's layered like a stack of pancakes, and as soon as you have your head wrapped around one concept, a new one comes along to muddy the waters. Adding to the potential for confusion are several different branches of astrology. There's Hellenistic, which is the traditional foundation of astrology. It's ancient. There's Vedic, which is Eastern astrology. Then there's Western astrology, which is more modern and a bit more psychology focused. And there are different ways to tap into the utility of astrology. There are folks who specialize in medical astrology, predictive astrology, natal astrology, and just dozens of intuitive combinations people create that really expand how we can use the system to help enrich our lives. There are rules and guidelines that govern any system of astrology that you tap into, but the foundation underlying all of them is either Hellenistic, Vedic, or Western astrology, each of which helps define the components that unlock the blueprint of our lives. Until you can at least understand the rules of one of these underlying systems, you can never truly use astrology effectively, and you're firmly locked into social media astrology memes. Not a bad thing, but also not really astrology. I like to say that social media astrology has no rules. We share lots of fun memes, and a lot of people with varying degrees of knowledge share opinions on what astrology means, many of them loud and wrong. To really learn astrology, you have to be in a classroom. And it can be a classroom of one, just you and a lot of books and websites, reading and enjoying what you learn at your own pace, and then putting it into practice. Because social media astrology, it has us all messed up. Astrology is one of the best tools we have to help us get to know ourselves. And knowing ourselves means trusting ourselves, right? So I want people to know the basics so that they can start exploring astrology in useful ways. It can be confusing, but if you commit some time every week to study and practice, you can do it. Once you know the rules and follow them consistently, you can use your own intuition in alignment with those rules to get a clear picture of who you are and where your life is meant to head. And then dive into understanding how the current movements in the heavens will impact your life. As above, so below. So here in our community, we're going to study astrology together so you can get to know the blueprint of you. Some of us have already started, but we're going to start over. I'll break the lessons down into smaller pieces so you can listen to videos and practice weekly. And we will meet live each week to discuss, ask questions, and build community. Our spiritual journeys last our entire lives, and at the end, we land where we land, hopefully more fully aligned with our oversouls than we were when we embodied into this lifetime. Similarly, the astrological journey takes years, decades of serious study before we can learn enough to practice it fully. For our own charts, though, it does not take a lifetime to begin to unravel it. We can wrap our heads around our own natal charts in a couple of months if we really dig in. But there's no time limitation. We can tap in and learn in bits and pieces, and as we move forward, those pieces fit together like the puzzle they are. Join me. Let's learn together and clear up misconceptions, ask questions, and practice together. Let's get to the point where we have those basics firmly under our belts so we can apply the knowledge to our own lives. The goal is to know yourself. So let's tap into astrology and begin to unravel the blueprint of who we are because it's right there in the stars. Let's get to it. I've broken our first few lessons up into video shorts to review the nitty-gritty. Our next live class will be on Thursday, April 9th, 2026 at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You'll need to join the Facebook group or sign up for my email list for access to the class. Until then, I will release a series of videos that you can watch to refresh the basics before we jump into live classes. I'll dive into upcoming topics and schedule more in our next video, which will include an overview of what astrology is, why it's useful, and what you need to get started. And that's it for now. Until next time, remember to find your passion, connect to your soul, and go get your whole entire life. All the love, peoples. All the love.